We have already worked with the print function to display output on the console. And now let us discuss input function to handle the input given to the keyboard. So I'll be discussing how input function works. That is how to input the values from the keyboard. So the syntax given here, you can just look at this. The syntax given here is input, open parenthesis, inside the square bracket. If you want, you can give the prompt. Of course, I have shown you how to give the prompt and all, then close the parenthesis. So as I have told you, prompt is optional and can be used to display a message for the user. When input function executes, program flow stops until user enters input. Whenever you enter an input, the input function converts it into a string. Even if you enter an integer value, still it will convert it into a string. So if you want to input a number from a user, you need to perform type conversion on the inputted value. I am going to show you how to type convert an entered integer value into integer. Why? Because whatever value you enter, so it will be considered as string. So here we have written one program. I have written one program to show the usage of input function. I'll run this particular program and I'll explain how it works. Okay, so now I'll take it side by side so that it will be easy for us to analyze. Okay, so the program to show the usage of input function. So name input. So this is what is the prompt. So if you want to give some message to the user, so I can write it inside this one, in this particular parenthesis. So it is asking me, so what is this particular name? So I'll say VP. Let me say this is VP. So I'll enter. Now it is asking me to enter the age. So I'll say 53 and it is asking me to enter the weight. So I'll say it is 54.4. Okay, so it is now just displaying. So you can just look at this. It is displaying it, name, age and weight. Okay, so you can just look at this. I am converting. So in this particular example, here name input, I haven't done any type conversion here. So while inputting itself, I have written int, then open parenthesis, then input, enter age, then close this, so that I am converting the inputted age, that is 53 was given, into integer quantity. Okay. Similarly, my weight was actually the string quantity whenever I enter, but it is type converted into float. That's why I written float, and inside this parenthesis I have written this particular input function. So whatever value I have given, say 54.4, right? So actually it is a string value which the input function is taking, but it is type converted into float and stored in weight. So in weight I will be storing 54.4. Okay, and it's displaying. So now next one is, see here, for some of these particular statements, program instructions, I have given some comment. You can also get input of multiple values. Since inputted values are accepted as string type, you need to type convert it, as I just explained it to you here, as far as this above 3 instructions are concerned. So here now I can give multiple values. See, I want to take the value for name, value for age, value for weight with a single input statement. If I want to do that, then I have to use this dot split here, and here I have given the message to the user, enter name, age and weight separated by space. Okay, so here in this particular example I am printing the value for this particular variable name and its type. and here also I am printing the value of age and its type, age comma type of age, and here what I am doing is I am converting this inputted age into integer quantity. Similarly, so after converting type conversion, I am again printing the value of age and type of age. Similarly, as far as weight is concerned, what is the type of weight before type conversion? After type conversion, what is that? What is the new type? That is also I am going to show you. Okay. So now enter name, age, and weight separated by spaces. So I'll again give say VP, then age 53, then weight 54.4. See here. So it is giving me name VP, type is class string, age 53, type is string, age. Now after type converted, what is it showing? 53, age is 53. Now type is int. Similarly, weight before type conversion, what is it? 54.4 and type is string, and after the type conversion, weight is 54.4 and the type is float. So this is how you can read the values and you can type convert the values. Now let us discuss different types of control statements: if else, if else, and nested if else available in Python. To begin with, I have written a simplest program to just test this particular if else control structure. So here I have assigned with a some value, that is 25 to the power 2. What is the value of this? Now 25 raised to the power 2, that is a will have 625. Now I am just having one statement here. If a is greater than 20,000, you can just look at this particular syntax. After this condition, I will have this colon here. Okay, so if suppose a's value is greater than 20,000, then it will print this particular statement, that is a is more than 20,000. If suppose this condition is not true, then it will come to else part. You can just see here again, after else I will have a colon here. Okay, after that, since I am not going to check any other condition in this else part, so I will have print a is less than 20,000. So this is one of the simplest use of if and else. Okay, just run this particular program. So here you can just look at this. A is less than 20,000. Okay, so let's now try with the some other program. That is, we'll look at one more construct. Now here we are going to check this particular control structure, if else statement. So here in this case I have assigned the value 13 to the variable x. It is checking whether the value of x is equal to 10. If so, it prints it. Elif x is equal to, it checks whether the value of x is equal to 11. So if so, it prints that particular statement, that is x is equal to 11. Elif x is equal to 12, if so, it prints the value of x is equal to 12. So here you can just observe here, if and I have the condition, and that condition has to be terminated by a colon. Here also, elif x is equal to 11, the condition is there and the condition is terminated by a colon. Similarly, elif x is equal to 12 and it is checking if elif x is equal to 12, it is terminated by colon again. Okay, so if since this condition and this condition is not satisfying, so it straight away comes to the last else here what I am having, and it prints x is equal to 13. And here I have these two statements which are none of the statements belonging to it. These two statements are not belonging to any of these blocks. So while I am using if statement or elif or else statement, the proper indentations must be made so as to represent the block belonging to a specific if or elif or else part. So let me run this program now. So you can just look at this. So it is printing x is 13, that is the last one. Okay. So now let me try the last one in this series, that is nested if else statement. So here I am inputting some integer. So num, so I have to type convert it. So num int of input, enter an integer. Some integer is inputted. Now it checks if num is greater than or equal to 0. And if suppose num is equal to, so this if condition, if satisfies, it will be checking for two more conditions. If num is equal to 0, so then it just prints entered number is 0, else entered number is positive. Okay. Now if suppose num entered number is not greater than or equal to 0, it straight away prints another, that is else part here, print entered number is negative. So now look at this. This if has one more if here and one more else here. So look at this. For this if, this print statement is indented here. For this else, this print and this print statements are indented here. And for this else, now this if belongs to this, belongs to this if part. So here now print is again indented like this. So after that, following statements are not in the indented block of else. So following statements will be printed irrespective of outcome of any of the conditions. So these three statements do not belong to any of these if or else part. So let me run the program again here. So run the program. I'll input something here. So let me input say 6. So it's just displaying hello, this one it is coming, entered number is positive, and these two statements it is executing, number is 6, closing the execution. Okay, so let me run this program with some more values. Let me now give say 0. So it's showing entered number is 0, so it had come here, entered number is 0, and these last two statements. Let me run the program again. So let me give some negative value here, -3. So entered number is -3, entered number is negative, it is shown. So this is how we can test. I have given one program to use nested if else statement. Okay, for any of when are using these if conditions, the corresponding statements inside the blocks, inside that particular block, must be indented properly.